So there are two classifications of heaps which I have discussed earlier, and one is the min heap and the second one is the max heap. As I told that the classification is based on the value of the root node. If the root node value is less than its children, then it is called as a min heap, and if the root node value is greater than its children, it is called as max heap. Right. So we'll go for the construction of heaps. This is very important. Please listen and concentrate on this construction of heaps. Very, very, very important concept. You may not be asked to you may not be asked to construct a max heap and you draw the max heap. Why? Because since it is a multiple choice question and NET question, no diagram is represented. For example, if it requires, then it will be represented, but if you go on drawing all these heaps in a particular question, it will take a lot of space. That's the reason why what type of questions may be asked, that we will discuss after we discuss the concept of inserting and deleting from a heap. Let us discuss how to construct a heap, whether it can be a max heap or a min heap, based upon the number of elements or the list of elements that are given in the question, right? So let me take an example and explain you clearly how we can make use of these things, or how we can construct the heap. Let me take the first example. In the example, he has given the elements as 35, 33, 42, 10, 14, 19, 27, 44, and then 26, and finally it is 31. So we have around 10 elements. We should not worry about the number of elements, right? For example, here we have n is equal to 10. What is the height of the complete binary tree? It is nothing but log n base 2, and you take the floor, that is it's nothing but floor of log 10 base 2, that is 3. We will see whether you are getting a heap with height 3 or not, right? So let me start our discussion. In step 1, I request all the students to concentrate here. Why? Because this is a very important concept, construction of heap. Similar to the construction of a binary tree, you always start your construction of heap from the first element. The first element is 35, and you mark that 35 as the root node, right? And coming to next step, step 2, you go to the next element. The next element is 33. The first thing what it has to do is it has to satisfy you. It is very important. The first property is complete binary tree. The first property is it should be a complete binary tree, and the second property is ordering property. Ordering property means based upon the max heap. Here we are going to construct the max heap. For the same example, we'll again try to construct the min heap also. Then you will come to know the difference between the max heap and a min heap, right? So for every step we draw here, we have to check whether it is satisfying the complete binary tree and it is also satisfying the ordering property or not. So according to, while coming to step 2, that means you go to the second element, that is 33. It has to satisfy the complete binary tree. Complete binary tree means when you start filling the new level, then you should always start with the leftmost part. Therefore, the leftmost means you go to the leftmost part, which is nothing but the left child of 35. Okay, so you insert 33 as left child of 35. Very simple, very simple. And after this first step, you go and check whether it is satisfying the ordering property or not. Ordering property means here I am constructing a max heap. Therefore, the root element should always be greater than its parent. Root element should always be greater than its both of its children. Therefore, 33 is the child node and 35 is the parent node. Therefore, it is satisfying. The root node is maximum. 35 is greater than 33. It is satisfying. Therefore, these two properties are satisfying in step 2. Now we go for step 3. Now we go for step 3. Step 3 means you just draw this, you copy this diagram which you got in step 2, and the third element is 42, right? And according to the complete binary tree, you have to insert it from the leftmost part, but the left child of 35 is already occupied by 33. Therefore, the new element should be added as the right child of 35. This is how it happens, right? Now, this first property is satisfied. Now you go to the satisfying the second property, that is ordering property, where the root node should be greater than its children, but this property is not satisfied. So in such case, what you will do, you just swap these two elements. So after swapping, what you will get, 42 will be the root element, and then 33 is the left child of 42, and 35 is the right child of 42. So this is the result of the third step. Now coming to step 4. Step 4 means you go here. This is the result of the step 3. That is, it is satisfying both the complete binary tree property and the ordering property. And then you go to step 4. Step 4 means you go to the next element. Take 10. You copy the heap from the step 3, that is 42, 33 and 35, and you insert the 10 element into the heap. So you should satisfy the complete binary tree property. The complete binary tree means you should go, or you should start filling the elements from the leftmost part only. The leftmost part is nothing but the left child of 33. You insert 10 here, and you go and check whether it is satisfying the ordering property or not. This ordering property means the parent node should always be greater than its children. Why? Because we are concentrating, or we are constructing a max heap. This is very important. You should always check whether you are constructing a max heap or a min heap, right? So here 33 is the root element and 10 is the child, which is satisfying our ordering property, that is 33 greater than 10. Therefore you leave it. Therefore this is the result of step 4, right? Coming to step 5. So you copy the heap from the step 3 or step 4, and you take the next element, which is 14. The 14 should be filled from the leftmost part. Since 10 is already occupied as the left child of 33, the new element 14 should always be placed as the right child of 33. Again, go for checking the property of ordering property. The root node value is greater than the child node. Therefore, leave it. Now you go for the step 6, right? So you copy the heap from the step 5, 42, 33, 35 and 10, and then it is 14. Now you go to the next element, that is 19. You have to insert it as the left child of 35, and you check whether it is satisfying the ordering property or not. 35 is greater than 19. Since you are constructing the max heap, it is satisfying. Therefore that is the result of 6th step. Let us go for step 7. You copy the heap from step 6, 42, 33, 35, and then it is 10 followed by 14, and then it is 19. Now what is the next element? The next element is 27. You place this 27 as the right child of 35 according to the complete binary tree property, and you check whether it is satisfying the ordering property or not. The root node 35 is greater than 27. Therefore it is satisfying. That is the result of step 7. Now we move to the step 8. Step 8, copy the heap from the step 7, that is 42, 33, 35, and then it is 10 and 14, 19, 27, and the next element is 44. 44 means this level is completed. Therefore while filling the next level, it should always start with the leftmost element. Therefore it should be added as the left child of 10. Therefore 44 is added here, After that, you go and check whether it is satisfying the ordering property or not. Here the value of root node is 10, whereas the value of the child is 44, which is not satisfying the ordering property. Therefore, what you have to do? You have to exchange these elements. This is called as reordering of the elements is called as heapify. We call it with a special name called as heapify. Okay. So heapify means rearrange the elements such that it always satisfy the ordering property. Therefore, this should be interchanged. Therefore, the result is 42. After that, it is 33, and then it is 35, and then it becomes 44. It's not 10, and this is 10, and then it is 14, 19, and 27. Again, you check this particular 44. 44 is greater than 33, which is violating the max heap property. Again, heapify. So you exchange these elements. Now the new tree that is obtained is 42. The left child will be 44 and the right child is 35. Now since you have exchanged, it is 33 and the right child is 14, right? And then it is 19 and then it is 27 and it is 10. Now check again whether this complete ordering property is satisfied or not. Here the ordering property is not satisfied. Therefore, again you heapify it. Heapify means you have to exchange the elements such that the root node is greater than the child nodes. Therefore, here we get the value of 44 and the left child is 42 and it is 35. Here we have 33 and 14, 19, 27 and it is 10. Now you can observe that it is satisfying the heap ordering property, that is 44 is greater than 42 and 35, satisfied. 42 is greater than its children 33 and 14, satisfied. 35 greater than its children 19 and 27, satisfied. 33 is greater than its left child 10, therefore it is satisfying. Now this is the result of step 8. Now you go for step 9. The next element is 26, right? So you insert, you copy it here, 44, it is 42 and 35 and then it is 33, 14, 19, 27 and 10 and the new element is 26. Therefore, you insert it here. Now you check the ordering property. The root node 33 is greater than is 26. Therefore, it is satisfying the ordering property and that is the result of step 9. Now you move to the step 10. The last element, which is nothing but 31. Right. So what you will do? You copy it from step 9, 42 and it is 33. Sorry, it is 35. And then it is 33, 14, 19, 27, 10, 26 and the final element 31 should be inserted as left child to 14, right? And the second property, heap property, is not satisfied. Therefore, you have to exchange this, which we are calling it as heapifying. The operation is called as heapify. Therefore, we exchange these elements, right? Now it becomes 44, 42, 35, 33, 14, 19, is not 14, it is 31, right? You after exchange, it is 31, 19, 27 and 10 and it is 26 and the last one is 14. So now it satisfies the entire complete binary property, tree property and ordering property, that is 44 greater than 42 and 35, 42 greater than its children 33 and 31, 35 greater than 19 and 27, Similar 33 greater than 10 and 26, 31 greater than 14. So this is the result or the max heap that is constructed with the given elements, right? If the given 10 elements. Now what is the height of this heap? The root is always treated as present at height 0. This is height 1 and this is height 2 and the last one is height 3. It is satisfying. Log n base 2 floor, that is log something like floor of 3 point something, which is nothing but 3. It is satisfying, right? So this is very important concept where you have to, and there are some questions, very simple questions that can be asked on it, which I will discuss when you go through this insertion and deletion part, right? Now, let me take the second example and construct the min heap. Let me take the second example and construct the min heap. So the elements that are given are 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 13, 10, 9, 8, 15, 17. Let me start with the first element. You take the first element as root node and the second element is inserted as left child. And remember that it is min heap. That means the root node should be less than its children. And two properties are complete binary tree property and second one is ordering property. Right. So it is 1, 3 and it is satisfying its property, and the next element is 5. It is also satisfying the min heap property, and the next element is 4, which I have to insert it as this one. The root node is less than its children, therefore it is satisfying. Now you go for 6. Insert as the right child of this 3, and it is also satisfying the min heap property, therefore go to next level. That is 13. 13 should be inserted as left child of 5 and it is also satisfying the min heap property, that is root node 5 is less than its child node 13. Now you go for 10. Insert it as right child of 5. Therefore, it is also satisfying the minimum property or min heap property. Go. Next, 9. 9 should be inserted as the left child of 4. It is satisfying min heap property. Now comes the concept of 8. 8 should be inserted as a right child of 4. It is satisfying the min heap property. Why? Because the root element 4 is less than the child element 8. Now go to the next one. This is important. 15 should be inserted as the left child of 15 should be inserted as the left child of 6. It is also satisfying the min heap property, therefore no particular issue. And then you have to insert 17. 17. This is also 17 should be inserted as right child of 6, and it is also satisfying the min heap property, right? So it is also satisfying the. Here we have 11 elements. So this is the result of. This is the resultant min heap of the element that is given in the list, right? So it has 11 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 11 elements. So log 11 base 2, it is again 3 point something else, which is equal to 3. So this is how we construct the min heap and max heap. Now let me go and discuss how we can insert an element from the element into the heaps, right? Inserting an element is very easy process, which we are doing while constructing a heap, right? For example, you take this example and I am trying to insert a value of some 6, 7, 7, 7, 7. Let me insert a new node 7 into it. What you have to do? The first step is you have to always insert the new element as the from the leftmost part only. Therefore, we have the heap like this: 1, 3, and then it is 5 and 4 6, it is 13, and it is 10, and 9, 8, 15, 17, and you have to insert 7 as the left child of what is the new element you are inserting, which is nothing but 7, right? So what you will do, you have to represent it as the left child of 13. Now it is not satisfying the heap property. What is the heap you are constructing? It is the min heap. The root node value should be less than its parent, but it is greater than. Therefore, you have to swap them. Therefore, it becomes 7 and this node becomes 13. Right? I'm not getting eraser here. 1 minute. Right. So the last node is 13 and 7 is there. Now you check whether this property, the min heap property, is satisfied or not. Here 5 is the minimum element, which is the root value, and it is minimum of its children 7 and 10. Therefore it is satisfying. Now you may be asked questions. Very important, please listen, and you may be asked questions like this, right? So you will be given a list of elements. You are never asked to construct a heap. You are never asked to construct a heap. Why? Because it occupies lot of space. And the type of questions he may ask is, after constructing the heap, I want to insert an element 7 into the heap. And how many heapify operations are performed? How many heapify operations are performed? These are the type of questions that are asked in your GATE examinations, right? So whenever you insert 7, how many heapify operations you are performing? You are exchanging only one time, right? Therefore, the answer is 1. You may be getting options like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have to select 1. That means how many heapify operations means how many times you are exchanging that element to satisfy the ordering property. Here, while you insert the 7 as the left child of 13, since it is not satisfying the heapify property, or it is not satisfying the heap ordering property, you have to exchange 7 and 13, and you are going for only one exchange. That is the reason why it goes for only one heapify operation. So these are the type of questions. These are the type of questions you may be asked. For deletion operation also you can go for the heapify, and I will discuss this heapify operation. For example, if you go for the previous example, you may be asked a question like this. He will give some list of elements, and he will ask you to identify the number of heapify operations for performing 44 insertion, for performing the insertion of element 44. Therefore, you go for this step 8. This is step 4, step 8, where you are inserting 44, right? 44 is inserted as the left child of 10. It is not satisfying the property heap ordering property. Therefore, you exchange it. This is one exchange, and here also it is not satisfying. Therefore, it is second, and here it is not satisfying. Therefore, it is 3. Therefore, the correct option or the correct solution is 3. So these are the type of questions you will be asked. That's the reason why I concentrated on how to construct the heap when you are given a list of elements. Very, very important question. And coming to the deletion part. Deletion is very simple. You have to delete the root node only. Remember that you should always concentrate on this particular point, that deleting a node from the is not array, it can be a heap also, right? We'll see how this array is represented for the heaps, right? So this creates a hole. Whenever you delete remember that the deletion operation of the heap is always done at root. So you remove root. You have to delete the root, and then you have to fill that root with some element, right? So you replace that with what is that element that is to be replaced is nothing but the farthest right node. Don't get confused. Whenever you start filling the new level, you have to start with the leftmost element. You have to start filling it with the leftmost element. But whenever you are replacing the root node, the element that is to be replaced for the root node will be the farthest right node. We'll see what this farthest right node is, right? So you replace the root node. Very simple. You can combine these two steps like replace root with what element you have to replace? It is nothing but farthest right node. This we'll see. It's not an issue, right? And that farthest right node should be on the lowest level of the binary tree only. Very important. Farthest right node of lowest level. This point you have to remember. So for deletion operation is very crucial step. For deletion operation, we have to replace the root node with the farthest right node of the lowest level, and then you heapify it. Let me take an example. Let me draw this diagram neatly. That is 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 10, 9, 8, 15, 17. Sorry, this is 13, and we have 7, right? So delete of heap means whenever you want to delete an element from the heap, you have to delete the root element first. Therefore, you delete it. After deletion, you will have some space here. Therefore, you have to replace this root node with the farthest right node in the lowest level. What is the lowest level? This is the lowest level, right? This is the lowest level. So what is the farthest right node? Which is nothing but the rightmost element. This one is the rightmost element. So you replace 1 with 7. You replace 1 with 7. You delete it. Not getting the eraser here. So you delete this 7. This node is deleted, right? Why? Because it is being replaced with the root node. Now you have to heapify. So the first step is replace root with farthest right node in lowest level. That we have to perform. The first step is completed, and the second step is simple one, heapify. Heapify means since it is a min heap, the root node should always be less than its children, right? Here you can observe that 7 is not satisfying that property. 7 is greater than 3 and 5, and this root node should be less than its children. Therefore, you have to heapify it. Now you will get a doubt that whether I have to replace 7 with 3 or 5. So out of these two children, which one is minimum? 3 is minimum. Therefore, you replace or you exchange 7 with 3, right? So this becomes 7 and this becomes 3. Now you can see that this particular subtree is satisfying. 3 is less than 7 and 5. Now you go to this node 7 again. Therefore, here we have performed one heapify operation, and then here it is not satisfying. Therefore, you have to again re-heapify it, where you have to check which of the childs 4 and 6, which of the childs is less than, is the lowest value. Therefore 4 is the lowest value. You have to swap it with the lowest value. Therefore 7 and 4 is swapped. Therefore this element becomes 4 and this becomes 7. Right. Now it is satisfying. 4 is less than 7 and 6. Satisfied. Now you go to this. 7 and 9. 7 is less than 9 and 7 is less than 8. Therefore, it is satisfying the heapify or heap order property. In such case, if you want to perform a delete operation, first delete operation, right? It is the first delete operation. How many heapify operations you have performed? That is 2. That is 2. Now, if you want to perform the second delete operation, this is very important. This is very important. So you may be asked questions like, you will be given a list of elements and he will be asking you how many heapify operations are performed for the first delete operation. Therefore, you have to construct the heap and you have to perform the first delete operation. That means you have to delete the root and re-heapify it or heapify it. And then you will get a heap which satisfies both the properties of complete binary tree and ordering property. Okay. So for the first deletion, we have two heapify operations. It may change. You may be asked questions like, how many heapify operations are performed for the second delete operation? Therefore, after performing the first delete operation, you have to heapify it and then you have to go again for the heapifying. Okay. For example, you want to, let me conclude this with this example. So I am performing the second delete operation. So let me reconstruct it to avoid confusion. It is 3 and it is 4, 5, 7, 9, 8, 6, 15, 17, 13 and 10. Right. Now second delete operation means again you have to delete from the root. You have to follow these two steps. This is very important. Replace root with the farthest right node of the lowest level. What is the farthest? Lowest level is this one. 9, 8, 15 and 17. What is the farthest right node? This is nothing but 17. Therefore, you have to replace this 3 with 17 and you delete it. You delete this node and you replace 3 with 17. So in the first deletion, the output obtained is 1. And after performing the second deletion, the output obtained is 1, 3. This is also important, right? Now it is 17. Now you have to perform the heapify operation to satisfy the ordering property. Now what you have to do? You check the two children of 17. Which one is minimum? That should be replaced or that should be exchanged, right? Therefore, 4 is the minimum value. You replace it. Therefore, it becomes 4 and then 17, 5. It is 13. It is 10 and then 7. 6, 9, 8, 15. Now here you can check that 17 is not satisfying the key property at this position. Therefore, what you have to do, you have to again check its children, which one is minimum, that should be exchanged. Therefore, you exchange 6 with 17. One minute. 4, 17, 5, 7, 6, 13, 10, 9, 8, and 10. Right. So after exchanging this 17 and 6, after exchanging this 17 with 6, the resultant diagram will be like this. After exchanging, the resultant diagram will be 4, it is 6 and it is 5 and then 7, it is 17, 13, 10, 9, 8 and then it is 15. So here up to this point we have performed two heapify operations, one with 17 with 4 and 17 with 6. Again, this particular subtree is not satisfying the heap order property. Therefore, what you have to do, you have to again heapify it. After that, the final resultant 3 will be 4, 6, 5, and it is 7. It will be 15 after exchange. It is 13, and it is 10. After that, it is 9, 8, and finally it is 17. Therefore, this is the final heap that is obtained after deleting the second element. So for deleting the second element, we have 2 plus 1, that is 3 heapify operations. So these are the type of questions you will be asked, very important questions. How many heapify operations are performed for deleting the heap for 2 times, right? So if you delete one more time, so in the previous example we got the output as 1 and 3. This is 1 is for removing the first delete operation, performing the first delete operation, and after performing the second delete operation we have 3. And if you delete now, the result will be 1, 3, 4. From this you can observe that whenever you perform delete on min heap, it is nothing but an ascending order. This is very important, one of the important theory question. So the order that is obtained after performing the successive delete operations on min heap is always in ascending order. And the reverse, what is the reverse thing means? Whenever you perform the delete operation on the max heap, that will be the descending order. Why? Because the maximum element is present at the root node, therefore you will get the maximum element and then the next element, the next maximum element, like that. Therefore this is a descending order and this will be a ascending order. And let me conclude it with this thing, that deletion operation on a min heap always results in an ascending order, and the deletion operation of the max heap always results in the descending order, right? Now let me tell you one last example, that array representation. We have two types of representation that we have studied in binary tree, and that is, well, the first one is the array representation, where you have to give numbering. So this is the result that is obtained after deleting the second element, right? So you give node numbering. This is 1 and this is 2. I told this thing, the root should always start with 1, and you have to go on increasing the numbering of the nodes from the leftmost part. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Therefore for representation purpose, what you will do is, you have to take an array. You have to take an array of size something, and I'll tell what is the size of that. We have a formula, right? So what is the first element that is insert, that what is the first one? So you forget about this 0, and first element is 4, the second one is 6, and this is 5, 7, 15, 13, 10, 9, 8 and 17, right? So 7, 8, 9 and 10. So the same thing which we have applied for the representation of binary tree using arrays is the same concept you need to apply for representing the complete binary tree using arrays. So that's all about this heaps, very important concept. Here we have discussed the definition of heap and the different types of heaps, and we have gone through two different examples, how to construct the max heap and how to construct the min heap. After that we have gone through one of the important concept of inserting the elements into the heap and how to delete the element from the heap. Very, very important. And the probable questions in this particular concept is, you will be given a list of elements and you are asked to identify how many heapify operations you have performed for the second delete operation, or how many heapify operations need to be performed for inserting a new element, some x. So this is very important topic which we have discussed.